Hey everybody, this is EZ, and welcome to Let's Play Starcraft 2, Episode 11.
I bring tidings of doom.
Zeratul.
I have pierced the veil of the future and beheld only oblivion. Yet one spark of hope remains. You will hold her life in your hands. And though justice demands that she die for her crimes, only she can save us.
Wait a second. You're talking about Kerrigan. It's been 4 years. You show up out of nowhere.
Time is short. You must understand. The answers you seek lie within. Study it well. The fate of creation hangs in the balance.
Nice to see you too.
Now, I started this episode early because of that cutscene. I started the loading screen for it.
I've heard of these Eon crystals before. Supposedly they allow you to relive another person's memories. If Zeratul's uncovered, he was desperate for me to see it too. Well, here goes nothing.
Now, this starts a chain of, let's start the chain of Protoss missions. You get 4 of them. So, we'll be doing those next. Alright. Like I was saying, I've actually just gone back to finish the other mission on casual to get the research points for it. Which I think we're only 2 points away, actually. Here we're 2 points away of being the next thing we're going to be getting. Now we click on the artifact to get a little thing of dialogue.
I'm pleased to see these things haven't blown up the ship. Yet.
Sir, given the visual similarity between the various pieces, have you considered that they might combine to create a larger, more distinct object?
With everything else going on, Stedman, I couldn't care less what they do. Just that we get paid when we finally hand them over to the Mobius boys.
Alright, we're gonna talk about the money. Then we can go into the cantina and get a couple more scenes here. Talk to Tosh first.
Had any visitors lately?
I don't know what you're talking about, Tosh.
Oh, I think you do, James Rayner. Something was on this ship just now. I still smell it on you. Protoss. Interesting.
Whatever you think you know, you just keep it to yourself. I hear you yapping about this, and I'll toss you out the airlock.
Yeah, starting the ghost.
So now we've got 3 of these artifacts on my ship. When are we supposed to hand these damn things over?
They got their hands full right now. The Zerg are about to invade Tirador, where Mobius' main research center is. I don't reckon we'll hear anything from them until they relocate somewhere safe.
Wonderful.
And finally the newscast.
This is Donnie Vermillion, live from UNN. Tonight, the Zerg invasion. The battle so far. The Terran Dominion is holding firm under Zerg aggression. Our industrial complex has stepped up production on all fronts. Enlistment rates have risen within the penal system, and the Marine Corps is ready to get in the fight. The Zerg won't know what hit them.
Donnie, has there been any word on when we start pushing the aliens back?
Kate, if I revealed that, I'd be giving away vital Dominion secrets.
You think the Zerg watch our broadcast?
I know they do, Kate. I know they do.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. This is Kate Lockwell for UNN.
Let me click on the mercenaries thing.
Let's get down to business.
Here's the mercenary that I want to get. It is the Siegebreaker ability mercenary. They're pretty cheap for that. They're 2 elite siege tanks with 33 more health, and they do 66% more damage. That is ungodly good. We go to the armory here. We can talk to Swan.
We're rocking some serious heavy metal now that we got siege tanks.
Yes, sir. The comforting thunder of the big guns. Well, comforting when they're on our side.
Yeah, these newer tanks have better guns when they're on the move. And reinforced armor.
So long as they still got the range in siege mode, the rest is just gravy. Between siege tanks and bunkers, we can hold the line against just about anything.
Okay, we click on the siege tank for a little description about it. Armed with twin 90mm cannons, the Caruso is an expensive upgrade to the original Ardalic siege tank. The 180mm siege mode shot cannon scatters superheated tungsten in 50% larger area. More Dominion infantry soldiers are universally convinced that Caruso operators inflict more damage on friendly foes than on the enemy. Consequently, Caruso operators stick together during shore leaves. Clicking the army console, we have to get upgrades for the siege tank, which is why I didn't get an upgrade last mission. We get deals 40 damage to the initial target, splash damage remains the same. Hell yeah. And the shot cannon deals 75% less damage to friendly units. Hell yeah. Now we'll close that and go to the bridge, talk to Matt Horner.
You ain't gonna believe this, but I just saw Zeratul on the ship.
How much did you have to drink tonight, sir?
He was here, Matt. And he was hurt. On the run from something.
Where is he now, sir?
I don't know. But he ain't on the ship anymore. He gave me an Eon memory crystal, and he was desperate for me to study it. I guess he wants me to see what he's seen.
Alright, now we don't actually go to the star map in this mission, we go back to the laboratory. And we click on the crystal to start our next mission.
Raynor, the hounds of the void are closing in. I impart my memory, my very essence, into this Eon crystal, so that you will see what I have seen, and that the future may yet have hope.
Alright. That's the mission we're going to do, Whispers of Doom.
Zeratul. What the hell have you gotten yourself into?
Friend Raynor, long has it been since we stood together against the Swarm. Since then, I have wandered the void in solitude, seeking an ancient prophecy, rumored to foretell the return of the Xel'Naga. My sojourn led me to a remote world known as Ulan, where I discovered fragments of the prophecy, yet I was not the first to find them. It falls to you now, old friend, to relive my memories and believe.
Now, we actually get 4 Protoss missions in this campaign. We get no Zerg, sorry for Zerg people. And the first 2 are basically training missions.
The Zerg swarm came as was foretold. And the Protoss, firstborn of the gods, rose to fight them. Now, the Xel'Naga that forged us all are returning. But do they come to save? Or to destroy?
I knew you'd find your way here. Eventually.
Your very presence defiles this place, Kerrigan.
Do you hear them, Zeratul? Whispering from the stars. The galaxy will burn with their coming.
Perhaps. But you won't live to see it!
Please. Our petty conflicts mean nothing now. The storm is coming that cannot be stopped. Fitting that we should face oblivion together.
Never!
Fate cannot be changed. The end comes. And when it finds me, I shall embrace it at last.
The prophecy is uncertain. There is always hope.
Okay, folks, I love that cutscene. It's my favorite cutscenes in the entire game. And you see the different loading screen you get with the Protoss. You get the little golden outline and the blue loading bar, as opposed to the Terran ones you've seen in the last 10 missions. And what we're going to do, this, like I said, the first 2 missions are just training missions, teaching you how to use the Protoss. The 3rd mission is actually a little more challenging, and the 4th one is hard.
The prophecy was divided into fragments, each kept at separate shrines. I must gather them and depart this world quickly.
Okay, now what you gotta do here, you will get a blink ability from Zeratul.
This chasm is vast. It is fortunate that I can phase through the shadows to the other side.
You can blink, you can see the Zerg units do actually burrow. And roaches can actually burrow move, which is the unit you just saw there. It's called a roach. You don't get to get through many Zerg units because you don't ever play as Zerg for me to go through.
Spore crawlers can detect my presence. I should stun them with my void prison.
This mission does require some slight micro abilities. You go to blink, which is the B button, and then use void prison, which is the V button. They are close, but you do need to actually be able to have some decent micro to be able to pull it off. I'll go up these stairs here. This is basically a bunch of puzzles you have to do. There's one real hard one, the other ones aren't too bad. And once you actually put the guy in the void prison, they can't move and they can't attack you, which is very helpful. I mean, Zeratul does fully heal it when you get to the artifact that you're going for. There is an objective, there is an achievement you can get for not letting him lose any HP, just his shield. I've already failed that because I have lost some HP already. But it doesn't matter to me because, like I said, I'm not achievement hunting in this.
That spore crawler can detect me from across the chasm. It must be destroyed.
Zeratul is just explaining some of the new Zerg units that you go through, like void prisons. I mean, not void prisons.
That overseer can see through my cloak. I'd best stun it with my void prison before crossing this chasm.
The really interesting thing is they replaced the Overlord with the Overseer. The Overseer is a tier 2 unit, meaning you actually have to get a lair tech to upgrade to get a mobile detection, while in the Brood War it's just your Overlord.
The first fragment of the prophecy. Soon all will be made clear.
As soon as you get that, it auto-saves for you.
Why not surrender yourself to oblivion, Zeratul? Wouldn't it be better to end your struggle now than witness the final agonizing moments of your species?
The foreboding prophecy weighs heavily on my heart. I'd best reach the remaining shrines before she reconsiders letting me live.
You can now just blink across this little chasm here.
So much for Kerrigan's reprieve.
For Shakuras.
Nice to get a new unit here for Protoss, Stalkers. They basically replaced the Dragoon, even though I firmly believe the Dragoon is still in this game, and I'll explain that in a later mission.
Greetings, Exalted One. We are here in the service of High Templar Karas. He is nearby.
Your presence is most welcome. Let us keep moving.
Permit us to destroy their defenses before we proceed.
Now this is just something you don't have to do it the way I did it, but I just like doing it this way. I just like personally just killing those Hydras by stunning the Overseer. You don't have to. Overseers are locked on a permanent control path, so they won't actually move out of the way. Now this part of this is tricky. If you kill the Overseer, that can actually hurt. That can make Zeratul die. While you also have to get attacked by Mutilis, which is the problem. Put the Ultras in the Void Prison, and this mission is fairly simple. Now I gotta do a special blink move. I need to wait for my Void Prison to get back so I can blink, stun that, and then kill that while that Spore Crawler is stunned. This Stalker has 5 HP left, and every time you get to a temple, your units get full heal. And as long as you don't... If you stun it really quickly, the other units won't have time to actually attack you. So you're fine in that sense. So this is just, all these are puzzles. Puzzles to solve to beat this.
That patrol of brood lords must be dealt with cautiously, or we will be torn asunder.
I think what we need is to try to lure the brood lords to us, and then kill them one at a time. Broodlords, like I said, are the replacement for Guardians. They do a lot of damage. Last time we saw them was in the Haven's Fall mission. They have actually just lost a Stalker. Just the right way this time. Void Prison the Broodlord, just go in there and attack it. Now this part is slightly challenging. You just gotta Void Prison that and then kill it before you can move on. Because you need your Stalkers to snipe down the Overseer so Zeratul can get in good enough range to get rid of the Spore Crawler. Actually, the Stalkers are actually in range. The Stalker can actually kill it without getting hurt by the Spine Crawler, what you need. And then as soon as this thing dies, just send Zeratul down to walk and kill it. I did make a mistake by actually losing a Stalker. I should get 2 replacements instead of 1. If you don't lose one, you get 1 replacement. This part is very tricky. You'll see why I say that in a second.
Prepare for an aerial attack. Brace yourselves, my brethren.
No, the Overlord drops down some roaches, but as long as you're not in the vision, the roaches are really easy to kill anyway. I'm gonna blink back and just go ahead and start sniping things. You're gonna need to use Zeratul for most of this. That Overseer goes in a very erratic pattern. Because you have noticed his pattern is mildly erratic. They're my 2 extra Stalkers that I get. Told you I would get 2 extra instead of 1. To get to right here, we blink up this hill. Here comes puzzle number 2. That actually reveals... This is actually puzzle number 4.
The Queen of Blades built hatcheries here. She seeks to subvert this sacred world.
You have to kill these Overseers.
To that plan.
Oh shit, run back from the Broodlord. You gotta run away from the Broodlords. Once you Void Prison the Broodlord, you basically have this, just kill it with your Stalkers, and you did good on that. You gotta kill these Overseers, because they detect Zeratul. And we don't want Zeratul to be... They also give vision to the high ground, which you really do not want. You do not want vision to the high ground so these guys can attack. As long as that Mutalisk is not there, which is about to come back, so they can see me again. As soon as that Mutalisk dies, Zeratul can just go down here, blink, and kill these things the entire way. Your objective of this mission actually is to kill 3 Zerg hatcheries. 2 of them, actually 1 of them is easy to find in this one, the other ones are actually hidden. But don't worry, I will show you where they are. Good to slay the hatchery. If you know, Zeratul does a lot of damage. He does 125 to armored. He does a lot of damage there. Now the reason I'm doing the Protoss missions now instead of later, because you can do it anytime you want, is because you get a lot of research points for them. I will be getting the research options after each mission, just so I can just so you guys can see which ones I'm getting. You get a lot, trust me on that. You get a bunch of those things.
The second fragment of the prophecy. My task is nearly complete.
Alright, we keep moving.
Your hope is an illusion, old fool.
If you can so easily read my mind, Kerrigan, you'll see that I'll never give up, so long as hope remains. Careful now. Kerrigan has set guards to bar our way. It could be a trap. We should take them out carefully, one at a time, or risk being overwhelmed.
Trick to this mission really is your ability to use a void prison to snipe overseers. But looking back, you get the Brood Lords to follow you. In void prison, the Brood Lord you have every other time. With the only Brood Lord here, so once it dies, you basically just have to kill a few Mutalists, which shouldn't be too hard. Especially what I'm going to do with Zeratul in a second. You will see something. I'm going to do a blink and kill that Spore Crawler. Take out all the ground units. If they cannot see me, then it's so much easier if they cannot see me. After this, there is a kind of hard part coming up where I basically have to attack a bunch of Banelings. Like I said, Banelings are basically bombs. They just go into and blow up. The part is actually right here. And to be very careful because you can actually lose all of your units here.
The Banelings spew acid when they die. Stalkers, take them out from a distance.
What you gotta try to kill as many as you can right here. The strategy I'm going to do is very kind of cheap. As soon as they come close to you, blink over to the side. You should have just enough recharge time. If the Banelings hit you, they're going to do a lot of damage to you. Keep that in mind.